times in a row I seen you flip. Yeah, 5 times in a row I seen you flip.
Well, will you look at that? We just got a new Don Toliver album straight from the slums of the Cactus Jack sweatshop, and I've gotta say, they must be putting in their workers on overtime because this is fire, nigga. Like, wow, a real fire. Everything is in flames. Ouchie wouchie, it fucking burns. But the right hand of the grand overseer of psychedelic trap music has returned with this R&B inspired, heavy bass and guitar ridden album called Life of a Don, filled with heavy hitting features such as Travis Scott, Baby Keem, and CACTUS to help give an assist to an already hard album, even if they weren't there at all. Makes me wonder if there ever will be a time when Don will be seen as Houston's next hero instead of Travis, and if he'll be able to get to that superstar status, especially with the levels of potential that's been shown with his musical talent and marketability. But I guess that's something we'll have to find out next time on Cactus Jack Z, dumbass. So the album starts off with this acoustic guitar heavy intro called Escape. That is a vibe through and through, but I feel like he could have started off this album with a different song such as What You Need, or even Drugs and Hella Melodies with CACTUS. But don't get me wrong, this song is still fire, carrying this Urbano Latino sound while at the same time using these wavy synths to keep his main element. But I feel as if the main catch throughout these songs would have to be Don singing and his ability to harmonize with the beat. The song Swangin' on Westheimer and 5 Times shows his ability to hit both high and low notes, which is how he appeals so well because he can really slow any song down into this easier vibe, really making him the center of the attention. But when listening to his previous project Heaven or Hell, it felt like a good pretense for what we're getting now, with us seeing some of the same elements from the previous album, this time just upgraded times 10. But when looking at the production, the beat selection was great as well, with assistance from the wavy and trap goats of today's music, Metro Boomin and Mike Dean. This album has for sure been made into a solid piece of work, whether it be tossing samples here and there, or going heavy bass and wild, they never seem to disappoint. But as for the features, they did decent themselves, with CACTUS I feel being the best out of them all on the track, Drugs and Hella Melodies. But as for the other ones, he did have Travis Scott in this album twice, but I feel as if he were one of the weaker features, not doing too much to stand out, or really having anything hard to dish on his verses. But as for Baby Keem on the track Outer Space, his feature was okay, but it does remind me of the same energy that I heard from Drake on the track Having Our Way back on Culture 3 by Migos. Yeah, you remember that album? Because I wish I didn't. As for HVN and Sofago, they went pretty solid as well on the track Smoke, being used heavy on ad-libs and what seems like they are completely taken over with their verses that definitely stand out and make this track one of my favorites on the album. Overall, this album is pretty solid from beginning to end, with my only issues being alignment of certain tracks or how some songs seem a little bit too similar, so one could get a bit bored when listening to some tracks. But for the most part, this album was a nice hour-long rap and B piece from Don Toliver, and a strong upgrade from his already solid previous album that he had dropped a year prior. So to put this on the scale, I'm giving this a strong 8 out of 10, with this being the best that he's dropped from the 3 projects sitting on the streaming discography, and has me excited for whatever comes next. But how do you guys feel about Don's latest album? Do you think that he can get any better than this? Will Don or Travis ever answer my DMs and watch my videos for once?
No.
Let me know down in the comments while liking and subscribing. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter. And if you like the illustrations used in this video, make sure to follow the artist as well because she's dope. And on that note, I'll see you on Monday for whatever kind of video I decide to make. Peace.
Man, you spitting your drink, nigga. You spitting my drink? Bruh, did he spitting my drink?
Oh,
Like off no hype shit, bruh. Cause you my man and I fuck with you. But if you
nigga, no!
okay, that's all.